Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this GTA 4 downgrading guide video. Okay, here I'm going to teach you the very basics of modding this game. This is going to be a series of videos, but in this very first part we're going to learn how to downgrade our game for modding purposes. And what are we going to need? We're going to need GTA 4, of course. So the very first thing here is to get our game. So I just started downloading a fresh copy of the game. If you have it on Rockstar Games Launcher, then that will work as well. And I really suggest you to get the game on Steam if you can, but it's up to you. It doesn't matter to me. So let's get into it. What else we are going to use for this downgrading guide? Let's go and open up a guide that I have already written here. And let's see. So this is how you're gonna be able to find it. Let's go to Google or your search engine of choice and just search for up-to-date downgrading guide. But I'm going to have a link in the description, of course. And this is the guide I've written late last year. And we're gonna go through this basically, okay? So, why are we doing this downgrade in the first place? First of all, because we want to use mods that are only supported by in older patches, and also we would like to get rid of the Rockstar Game Launcher because it's just another layer of the DRM between us and the game, and it will make the game portable as well. So this is a win-win situation. Alright, but before you downgrade, important. This is not necessary for all mods, of course. Only do it if you want to use mods that are only available on older patches. And these are specifically usually script mods, because files that directly modify the game files will be compatible with all versions of GTA 4. Okay? And the basis of this mod is FusionFix. Now, what is FusionFix? FusionFix is kind of the mod to use for GTA 4 if you want to enjoy the game and you're not just about visuals, okay? If you want to enjoy ENB and such, most likely you want to go to 1.0.4.0, alright? But that will not be covered in this guide. So in this guide, we're gonna downgrade to 1.0.8.0, which is my preferred patch for downgrading. But you can do 1.0.7.0 as well if you so prefer, but I see no real reason to do that, to be honest. You most likely will be better off on 1.8, let's call it that, okay? And why is FusionFix so necessary for us now? Because it fixes Z-fighting. Z-fighting is basically when textures, transparency effects are fizzling out of, out of control as you move through the world. It's hugely distracting when you are playing the game. And late last year, a brilliant modder called Parallel Lines has found a fix for it and implemented it. And this fix has been implemented into FusionFix, and it is necessary for it to take effect. Plus, FusionFix also fixes a lot of other shader fixes, graphical fixes, introduces quality of life changes such as I don't know. We'll look into this, okay? There's a lot of shit in it. That's what you need to do. You should use FusionFix. That's the important thing here. Alright. And the last supported version is 2.5.6 in this guide, which is the very last version or latest version of FusionFix there is at the point of making this video. Alright, this is my profile. That's all you have to do. Let's see where we download this at. We're almost finished downloading. So the scope, I just told you, this is gonna be for mods and offline play. Or if you just want to restore a game to a state that is functionally something that Rockstar probably envisioned for a PC port back in the day, before their incompetency or deadlines got the better of them. So this guide is very basic, alright? So there will be no bloat installed, nothing at all, and we'll do everything by hand to get the very latest fixes of everything, and this way you will know what goes into your game. And this is a base install that is ready for further modding, okay? Or you can play through the whole game this way with the fixes and it should work brilliantly, alright? But yeah, most likely you will want to mod it further since you are downgrading anyway. Alright. And of course, if you want, just follow this guide. Since I've written it quite a few months ago, we're just gonna go through it because some people prefer a video guide. That's all. And Steam launching the game from Steam will still be an option, but it won't be possible to launch it through Rockstar Games Launcher anymore after this downgrade, which is very important. And you won't be able to earn achievements in Rockstar Games Launcher, but Steam achievements will still be possible to earn. So keep that in mind. So Steam is essentially better in this regard, okay? But the game will be portable anyway, so you can just, you know, take it with you on a hard drive and just play it wherever you want to. Okay, so let's see the guide. So the very first thing we want to do, that we need Visual C++ installed. You might have this installed already, you know, if you had your Windows for a while or you installed other games, whatever. But if you don't, you could launch the game to have this installed, but what I would advise you to do is just get an all-in-one package from here. Here's a link, let's go there. It's a nice GitHub page. And what you want to do is... oh, there's a new patch. So what you want to do is just download the latest x86 and x64.exe. Okay, this is 32-bit and 64-bit together. So that's what we want to do. We're gonna put it in the downloads folder for us, which we're gonna open, and we're just gonna run it. All right, and there we go. Okay. And of course it wants me to close all of these applications since I'm recording. I'm not gonna do that right now, but you shouldn't have this kind of issue. All right, and we will just reboot later, but I just wanted to show you how it looks like. So it's gonna install everything real quick, basically. Okay, shouldn't take too long. Okay, there we go. So that's it. It's done. Let's go back to the guide. Okay, so download the Steam version. So now we're gonna use the Steam version because that's what I have available to me. And for the Rockstar Games Launcher version, I would make sure that the game doesn't have admin privileges, the folder itself, and also that it's not read-only. And what I would advise you is just create a copy of the game folder somewhere else and just use that for the downgrade. Okay, if you have Rockstar Games Launcher. if you have a pirated copy or anything like that, you know, whatever. It might work, it might not work. I am not responsible for that, and you should really just buy this game if you can, since it's dirt cheap nowadays. So when it's on sale, there it is. All right. So what we're gonna do next is get the 1080 or 1070 downgraded files from here. Now, what is this repo? Let's just open it, okay? Let me show you. This is a mega repo, and this is none other than the repository for the Downgrader files. There is an official Downgrader, well, not an official one, but a very well maintained Downgrader by its clonk Andre. It's clonk Andre GTA4 Downgrader. Okay, let's just search for it. Okay, this is it, first result. And you can use this if you want, but I cannot guarantee that all the files here will be up to date. And the repo where it takes you is the same. You can see the link is the same, so everything is the same. So this is what the Downgrader is using to pull the files from when you are using the Downgrader, basically. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is get, this is the only thing we need, 1080.zip. okay, let's do a standard download here, and hopefully Mega will be nice to us, because shoot, yeah, there we go. And there you go, 1080.zip. So we're just gonna keep this here for now. I actually might just open a GTA4 basic downgrade. Okay, let's just do this, and we're gonna put the files in here that we're gonna use for the downgrade itself. So this is how it looks like right now. We can close this tab, we don't need it anymore, and we can close this tab as well, and this tab as well. Okay, first step done. And second step, that's actually a second step, done. Third step, now this is optional, but very highly recommended. Okay, so you will want to probably get the songs back into the game that Rockstar removed, when was it, a few years ago, due to license expiration. Okay, you definitely want this. If you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you, but it's up to you. So we're gonna assume that you want to do this, and we're just gonna get it. It's not a secure site, that's okay. We're gonna continue to the HTTP site, because there's no HTTPS version of this site. And what we want to go and do is go down to GTA4 and just hit download. Don't worry about the FusionFix, whatever message there. We're gonna take care of that in a little bit. So you just follow this guide and you cannot go wrong. And hit download here as well. Now this should take a little while. And this is quite big, but it is what it is. And while that's downloading, we're gonna go and jump to step 4. And this is it. We're gonna download FusionFix first of all. And this is the very latest version. Let's download it. That's done. Next step. We need the X Liveless add-on, because we are launching on an older patch, and it is just required by FusionFix. Okay, so this is all, these three things, they are all required by FusionFix. In the meantime, the radio mode is downloading. So let's just put this in here, and let's get the X Liveless add-on, which is, you want the latest one usually here, of course, and let's just download that here and here. And the third thing you want is the this xlive.dll. This is the .asi loader. Okay, we're gonna need We're gonna either need this, or I will show you an alternative if you don't want this, but I just download this directly. This is made by the same guy who made FusionFix, okay? And this is a direct download, so you just select where you want it to go, and it will go there. There we go. Okay, and now we have it all downloaded. And what's important here is please install everything as I say, because this will only work properly if we install everything in order. So let's start with the radio downgrader, okay? So 1 sec, we're gonna put FusionFix in here as well. So these are the files, not too many so far, right? Right, so radio restoration mode. We're just gonna put this in here. And we're gonna run the exe. Don't worry about the resources folder, this is where it actually stores the data. So radio restoration, let me just double check if, yes, GTA 4 has been downloaded again. Alright, hit next here, next here. Now here you have a choice, but do not install FusionFix from here, okay? Please just don't. We will take care of that manually. And for the radio restoration itself, what you want to do is up to you, honestly. What I do here is I don't want split radios. I want combined radio stations for the main game as well. So basically you get the pre-cut song, the post-cut songs, and some restored songs as well. And the songs that were introduced in episodes from Liberty City will play in vanilla GTA 4 as well, which is what I like. I just like to have, I like having more songs in the game. So this is what I'm gonna choose. I hit next. And it knows where my GTA 4 folder is, okay? So this is where I keep my GTA 4 installation. It might be different for you. You want to browse for it, all right? And this is how it looks like. And let's hit install. So this is it's important that this is the first step, because if you mess with the install folder, this will give you an error that some of the files are not proper, all right? Not how it's expecting it to be, basically. So this is it, finished. Next step. What is the next step here? We've been through this. All right, that's the radio downgrader. All right, and one other thing is what I want to do now is just check on our GTA 4 folder, which is here. All right, it looks like this. Don't worry about all of these other folders I have. I have a lot of experience modding this game. A lot, actually. So this is the copy that we just downloaded, and this is how it looks like. Now this update folder was created because of the radio downgrader, okay? And we're not gonna worry about what's in this folder right now. That will be for a future more advanced type video, okay? But let's just you just know that this folder was created by the radio downgrader, and that's it. And now the next step is we're gonna actually downgrade the game to 1080 right now. So what you want to do is get 1080.zip, and what I like to do here is, first of all, I take everything except the Steam API DLL, okay? So you want to leave that, because if you don't leave that, then the game will not launch from Steam. But what you want to do is just delete all of this crap like that, and let's just go here, and I will just show you what's gonna be downgraded, or what's gonna happen. It's not a lot of files actually that is being downgraded. So some textures, obviously the text files, because the game has to know which version it is, shaders, but we're gonna override them anyway. and there's some script. Okay, so it's not a whole lot going into this downgrade. It's mostly an exe downgrade. But what is important here is that even though this is not a cracked version of the game, this will enable us, or at least as far as I know, it's not cracked. Okay, so it's not using Raze or anything like that. It's gonna enable us to just launch the game portable in any way we like. So we're gonna use this. This is lovely for us. So Rockstar Game Launcher, you know what goes into your game. Perfect. And just put everything in here and replace or override these files when it's prompted you to do that. There we go. We did it. Okay, so that step is done. So let's see what else. I'm just gonna create a new folder. Hold down. So we know we can keep track of what we completed. So we done the 1080, we done the Visual C++, and we done the radio restore. Okay. And what else is left for us here? Well, not much. Now we're gonna do FusionFix itself. We're gonna open, let's go back here. We're gonna open GTA4 FusionFix.zip. And what you want to do is ignore this file, because we're gonna use, I will show you in a moment why I'm ignoring this. So you can use this file, but you need to rename it if you use it, okay? But I'm just gonna do the way I usually do it. So you put the update and plugins folder right in here. It should just go in, no override necessary, because it's all just nice and snug and new, okay? And the next step, what you want to do, because we didn't use the input file there, so we're just gonna use the xlive.dll file. You can ignore this, whatever file this is, all right? And just put this in here. xlive.dll is in there. Perfect. Looks nice. Or if you're using the dinput 8.dll, you just need to rename it to xlive.dll. Basically, it's the same thing, all right? So it's a very, very same shit. If you go back to FusionFix, I will show you. It's gonna be the same size and everything. Yeah, see? Same size, and if you were to compare these files, it's exactly the same, it's just not renamed. So there you go. Mystery solved. Now xliveless. We're gonna use that. We're just gonna put that into the plugins folder, and I will tell you what these options are for this just a bit later in a more second part of this video, okay? Because it's not important for this basic downgrade. So it goes into the plugins folder, snug like that. And yeah, we've done all three of these. That's it, that's easy. And I will show you what comes next, because it's not quite done yet, but we're getting close, okay? And this is how the plugins folder should look like. Let me show you. There we go. And the main folder, for the main folder, I like to do a little bit of a cleanup here, because what you don't see here, we don't actually need at all. So we can delete this bin file, this DFA DLL, we can delete all of this crap, and we're gonna leave the rest, right? Yes, this looks good. Okay, so this is how it should look like. Actually, and you can delete the manuals folder as well. Okie dokie. And there's one last thing that we need, okay? If you want to play episode from Liberty City, or you're using the radio downgrader like I do, we're gonna have to use Zolika patch on this downgraded copy. Now, unfortunately, I didn't want to use this because it's just an added little bloat, but it's not gonna mean anything for the performance or anything like that. But we have to use Zolika patch, which is like an older method. Before FusionFix, it used to contain a lot of fixes, but since FusionFix was introduced, it kind of became obsolete. for a lot of things. It's still useful in some scenarios, okay? But for just a basic downgrade, it's not necessary, except it is, because otherwise you would crash in a mission in base GTA 4 when you're using the combined radio stations like we do, and you wouldn't be able to play episodes from Liberty City properly. You would also get crashes. And so we have Zolika patch, and I will show you in a moment. And for Zolika patch, what we're gonna do is we're also gonna download these custom INI files. Now I made these, and we're gonna download it from my Google Drive here. So there we go. These are just literal text files, okay? I will show you what's in these in a moment. But technically, that is it. Alright, you can follow this guide, but I will show you what is needed. There we go. So, we go, and for Zolika patch, you can ignore all of this crap, okay? Just ignore all of that crap, and what we need is just open up the plugins folder in your GTA 4 installation and put zolikapatch.asi in here. That's all you need, nothing else, okay? And just close this. And for these plugins, these three will all go into the plugins folder for us. I will show you what is in these in a moment. So first of all, zolikapatch.ini, alright? And I will show you how it looks like when we compare it to the normal version of Zolika patch that is not without my little tweaks here. So you take one Zolika patch and compare it to the other one. Okay, on the right is my version. Let me just zoom in on this just a little bit. So, and basically what I've done, I've disabled almost every function of Zolika patch. Okay, almost everything. The only things remain here, because you don't need all of this crap, okay, from Zolika patch, because FusionFix literally takes care of everything. You only need to enable these things if you really know what you're doing in you know, in certain scenarios, but you don't need anything else. And I will go through some of these in a later part of this video series, but for now just know that we are only enabling the combined radio freeze fixes and episode switch freeze fixes from here. And let's see if I put something else here that we enable by default. No, it seems like that's all I actually enabled, which is perfect for us. Episode freeze fix, load DLC. Okay, so there we go. That Zolika patch is done. And let's see, what else did I put in here for us? Okay, so this plugins folder, it contains a FusionFix CFG file. I will show you what this does here. This would normally be created when you first launch the game, and I just put the skip menu and skip intros to 0, because normally it skips the menu and intro sections, which we don't really want, because I want to be able to select if I want to go into EFLC, episode from Liberty City, or base vanilla GTA 4. Okay, so that is what I put in here, and we're gonna put that aside. And for the last thing, the xliveless add-on. Now this is basically the same stuff. If we put xliveless add-on, compare it, right? Compare that. So you can see easily what I did. I disabled the skip intro and skip menu options. That's all I did here. So this is my little custom things. It's been well tested. So let's just put this in here as well and overwrite it. And that's it. Your downgrade is done. So this is a basic guide, alright, very basic. This is just so you can launch the game. It's gonna be DirectX 9, It doesn't have DXVK. We are not using any command line options, anything like that. We're gonna launch the game in a second. I'm just gonna have to check if I actually have the right resolution before I do that. 1 second. Yes, I do. And let's see what we've done. Okay, I'm very curious. It might not work. Who knows? Okay, so the game seems to be loading. Now you can see that it's because I have an existing save. It's gonna load into this very low resolution state, alright, but that should be okay for us. Yeah, there we go. So obviously low res right now, but just gonna fix it. And then let's see if you can select episodes from Liberty City or GTA 4. Let's select episodes from Liberty City for now. And let's select the Lost and Damned for now, okay? And we're just gonna go into the options here. And we are using 1080, so the game can see our memory by default, okay? If you were to use 1070, then you will need to use some command line options so the game can detect more of your graphics memory. But since, or VRAM, okay, this is the VRAM, all right, but it doesn't matter, to be honest, because the game itself, it shouldn't go over like 1.7 gigabytes of VRAM, even with everything on max. And you see all of these extra options. I'm not gonna actually mess with the, actually let's mess with the resolution, because why not? So let's put this to something more reasonable, like, if it lets me, 120. There we go. And let's just apply these. So this is 4K. Hit next. Perfect. It looks perfect. Okay, so you have all of these options because of FusionFix. FusionFix is really beautiful in a lot of these, okay? It has all kinds of extra goodies for you in the menu to configure that the default game wouldn't have, and it fixes a lot of stuff. So use FusionFix, and basically we are kind of done here. I don't want to go over all of these options, that's for another video. Stay tuned for that, and let's just see if I can load into the game, okay, actually, because yeah, why not? So, Lost and Damned. Let's start it. First episode, the first mission is coming up, boys, clean and serene. And I'm just gonna skip the cutscene. And
back to the source,
there you go.
Better be stopped.
There you go, lads. In its glory. So there's the game. But anyway, yeah, as you can see, I haven't messed with the settings or anything like that. It's a little bit aliased at the moment, and shadows are not beautiful. You can fix this later in the menus and stuff, and I will teach you some useful stuff in the next video. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and happy modding, everybody, and thank you. Take care. Bye bye.